Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna be trying something new, probably making a couple of videos here and there for y'all. Um, they're not gonna be how-to videos, they're gonna be just me pretty much doing some of the repairs on some of these devices. For instance, this is a iPhone 6 LCD. Um, I may be going live from time to time, but I'm not too sure how that's gonna work yet. So I'm just simply testing out a new software, new things. I figure some of these videos may come in handy for some people who want to go and do their own repairs. Um, Again, if you do decide to do this by yourself or anything, do it at your own risk. Um, but a lot of times there's not that much complication with these things. They're fairly simple. They're straightforward as long as you have the right tools. Um, I don't always use gloves. I may not be using them in the future, but I don't know. This is all new for me. More than anything, I'm actually curious about this whole little software, the way it works. It seems to be pretty neat. And I'm probably late into this. A lot of people are probably very familiar with it, have used it before, are currently using it or something. Oh, that one's jacked up. Let's see here real quick. Right, so if I have another one. And I actually need to find a tripod, something for the camera for the phone, because right now it's mounted in a funny position, which has me leaning way into the table. I mean, I think this phone I could kind of hear it was making noises. But there you have it. That's just the basic board. Let me see if I can focus on here. Charging port and all is down there. And that's going to be your main area where your LCD and everything connects in these little ones, which you have to be real careful with them. But let me see. And for the most part on these, um, what you end up doing is you end up transferring all the parts from the old one to the new one. So the only thing that gets replaced is the actual LCD. Um, you transfer pretty much all the speaker, home button, and the back plate on the sixes. The only thing that gets replaced is the actual LCD. All the other components are still the original from your previous phone. So if those get damaged, then they got to be replaced too. And yeah, see, I'm trying to do this way over here, not knowing that it's actually off the camera. Now, another thing that sometimes people don't realize or don't know, all of these little screws, they're pretty much different sizes. So it is recommended to keep them separate. I kind of already have my thing on how I keep them separate, but some people think that they're all the same height, the same length, and when they put them back together, putting the wrong screws in the wrong places will give you other problems. You could damage the motherboard, the LCD, it may not fit properly, some other issues. So I always try to make sure you put them in the same location where they were at before. Let me see if I can zoom in here real quick. Just gonna let me zoom in. A little bit, yeah. It's too dark though. Oh, it's just the focus. Yeah, see, I gotta mess with all of that. I'll probably be doing that later on tomorrow or something. Figure out a way to keep the actual focus on there or whatever the hell is making this light change. Um, yeah, let me back this back out instead. It's just the fact that I have it too far into the table that makes it uncomfortable. And then, like I mentioned, all these components, they're all the same ones from your device. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm pulling up everything. You really can't even see that because it's all black. But that's going to be your camera, the sensor, proximity sensor, and the connectors, everything for the speaker. The other thing that I'm actually looking at this one and it's damaged is the back plate. This carries the home button, and as you can see, it's probably very hard to tell, but right there is corrosion. So this phone probably had a little bit of water damage through the home button. I was trying to get it to focus properly, but anyway, so that's not a good thing because that means that this back plate has to be replaced as well. Let me see if I can find another one. Oh, darn it, that monitor. I know I had back plates, I just don't remember where I placed them. Bam, found them. So being that that one's a 6 plus, and this one doesn't seem to be. So again, this right here was pretty much the plate that was going to get removed from the other phone, but the connector's damaged, and that connector is the one for the home button. But in this case, we'll just replace that too. The only thing that I still need to get is the actual screws. I might actually be using a different camera for this too. What do I do with the screwdriver? No. It's crazy. I have this tendency of losing screwdrivers left and right. You got about 6 other screws on the side. That's one thing, there is a lot of tiny little screws. Now these here on the side, they're all the same, so you don't have to really have to worry about them. There's 3 on each side, and they're all the same size. What you don't want to mix is the side ones with the home button with the earpiece, and so forth. And even in the earpiece, I think there's like 3, all 3 or 4 of them, they're completely different. From the length, the thread, it's a little bit different of everything. And I don't need this shield. Anyways, that's a shield that I was going to remove, but since it's damaged, we're not going to worry about that one. I was just getting the screws off of it. I'm surprised the way this ribbon's bent. And yeah, I don't think this whole thing with gloves is going to be so good. I think the gloves kind of get in the way of what I'm trying to do. I thought it'd be better to do the videos with gloves, but nah. Now, just in case anybody's wondering, it's like 5:55 in the morning. I made the mistake of going to sleep from about 7 o'clock yesterday all the way till around 12, 1 o'clock, midnight, morning, whatever y'all want to call it, noon. No, not noon. And because of that, I wasn't able to go back to sleep. So, I started working on some stuff. And now here I am. Excuse me, had to burp. But I think I'm gonna end up taking these gloves off. And the sucks is I'm like barely starting to kind of get tired, so I might still go home, take a nap, a couple of hours, come back, finish working. Um, that has to be seated in there. And then with these clips, you have to be real careful. For the most part, they snap into place, but if you don't do it the right way, I'm gonna take these gloves off. They're just a pain in the neck. There you go. This makes it a lot easier. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, the little clips here, you have to be really careful with them, not to damage them. Make sure that they go in the way they're supposed to go in. Again, more problems. I'm not gonna lie, I've damaged a lot of phones in the past. Um, I think when I started really messing with phones, it was with the fours and the fives. And the biggest issue, it wasn't so much doing the repairs, it was being that the aluminum frame was actually getting damaged. And when the aluminum frame would get damaged, the new LCD would not sit properly. So my dummy trying to get it to fit in, I would pretty much force it in. And I would end up cracking the freaking LCDs until you start learning tricks or trying to align the actual the frame again that's bent, which it's not fun. Um, and these repairs normally could take about 15 minutes or so, give or take, as long as you don't run into issues, you have everything available. Oh, and that's one thing, these damn screws could tend to fly. So I have a whole little tray full of extra parts and screws just in case these guys decide to, fly off on you, which they do all the time. But they don't take that much. And there you have it. New LCD, home button is good. Camera's aligned. So now we just got to put this back. Same thing here. Have to be careful, but for the most part, they kind of fall right into place. You just got to find the groove and then push them down, and they kind of just almost like Legos. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to find the little hole. Nope. See, like that one doesn't want to go in there. There you go. Last one. That. Another one playing hard to get. And again, because I can't see it from far here. There you go. Okay. Make sure that they're all pressed in. They're pretty good. I don't know if the phone was on. Yeah, the phone was on. Can't really tell. It's very dim right now, but it looks like we got this one back on already. One thing that I've seen a lot too is I've gotten phones that have been previously worked on, and they will be missing all sorts of things. For instance, the little shield right here. Some people just think, I guess, it's not needed, and they don't put it on there at all. Um, there's other screws and I don't know, a lot of stuff that I see. It kind of surprises me, but at the same time, nothing surprises me nowadays. And then one thing that I do, so I know that it was worked here, have little stickers which are tamper proof. Put them right over the main screws, the plate. If that sticker anybody tries to take it off for whatever reason, where is it? Then there you go. Yeah. Then I know if somebody else worked on it, somebody tried to mess with it, and if I had given them any kind of warranty, well, yeah, that warranty voided. It voids. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put this back in here. And this is kind of where the tricky part is sometimes. There's clips all around here, about 3 of them, same on the other side. And sometimes getting this screen in to pop into place could be a little challenging. And it feels that it's gonna snap. I haven't snapped one of these yet. They usually they go right in, but I still feel that one day, see, there's a lot of right there, flexes a lot, and then it's gotta find the groove. There you go. I feel that one day I'm gonna end up breaking one of them. I still haven't. Like I said, the 5s. Oh yeah, I broke quite a few of those, but 6s so far not. And I think they had already done a factory reset on this phone. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, okay, why is it sideways? Camera's working. Why is it sideways? There you go. So that's done. And the focus is horrible on this thing. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Basic on a freaking iPhone 6 LCD replacement. Till next time.